don't know if we can call this the start of a project exactly, even though it kind of is, kind of what it actually is. So, of course, it's an FD. Don't mean to sound so depressing about it, but I don't know. So like all FDs that show up here, or most I should say, this one does have a little bit of a story. What is that story? Engine was built by one shop. The car was done by another. It came here with some, well, his initial issue was that it would overheat, or no, it would have a coolant leak once it got hot, and once it got hot, it would overheat. So that kind of is everything you need to know there. Did some troubleshooting, found the problem, identified it, made a plan. He's cool with the plan. We're doing the plan. So what we're going to do is we're going to fix this front mount setup with a proper V-mount, just the same as we do in every other car. And we're going to rebuild the motor because that's what's wrong with it. Turbo staying the same, and we're going to just clean up this whole engine bay. There's just some stuff in here that's not cool. Like, there's like 45 clamps on this one hose. All these just random wires that run all over to who knows where. The AC doesn't work. All sorts of stuff. It is on a Haltech. It does have some actually really nice parts in here overall. And we're going to address all of that stuff. So this whole thing is just going to get redone. But the first thing we have to do in the process of that is pull the engine out. So that's what we're going to do. Main lift is tied up with this Subaru from hell. So we got to use the baby lift, which is a little bit annoying, but it's all good. So we'll pull this engine out, get it torn down, get it put back together, throw it in, do the V-mount. This should be easy. So it does currently run. It did get on the lift under its own power, which obviously you know it runs. That's how the video started. But yeah, so it showed up like this, as you see it. I don't want to get 100%. But anyway, look, it's got bucket seats, it's got the Sakura mats, it's right-hand drive, it's got a nice steering wheel, 99 cluster, it's got a Charmander keychain, which is dope. It does make a lot of weird noises when you're turning. If this isn't the most aggressive two-way diff in the world, I don't know. But it sounds like the whole rear end is going to fall out of this thing, which once we get it up, I haven't looked under this car yet, but once we get it up, I guess we'll see. We'll see something, I think. The clutch or the trans, one of the two, is extremely loud. Like, really loud. When you're sitting at idle, it's just like a whirring sound. It's likely a bearing in the trans, because once you clutch in, you can hear it wind down and then it stops. And obviously there's a belt squeal, which is nothing. It's probably this one, honestly. Oh no, I think it's the alternator one. Is super hot. Anyway, all that stuff's gonna get addressed. It's just not the greatest setup in the world. It's just a bunch of parts just kind of thrown in here, and it's messy. It's real messy. So luckily you guys can see what it looks like, you know, from the start, where we're starting, you know, what it is now, and then what it will become, so you can see the direction, you know, like, not necessarily saying anything is wrong with this engine bay, because the car definitely works, and it did work for a long time until, of course, the coolant seal failed. But, I don't know, man, it's just something about presentation that irks me, you know, like, this engine bay is a mess, and it's really ugly. It doesn't need to look like this. I don't know. And I hate this, too. The radiator fan and the intake is right here. Like, when this fan turns on, even when it's not on, but when this fan turns on, where do you think all that hot air goes? Like, right here. Sucks it right into the turbo, compresses it, pushes it right back into the motor. Awful, awful, awful idea. Is there any way around that in this configuration? Absolutely not. But that's why you don't do this configuration. Or you figure something out, because that's no good. Anyway, let's pull this motor out. Alright, so got under the car and just some preliminary look-arounds. I took the center console off in order to remove the shifter and found he has one of those B&M clones in here. But I saw it was grossly misaligned. So when I came under here, I was not surprised to see the power plant frame pressed right up against the chassis. Look at that. Right on it. Not a gap in sight to be seen. Right on the chassis. Outstanding. All right. Also, when I drained, because I drain all the fluids out before I tear the cars down, back here draining the diff fluid, and I look up and I see this. Look at this, look at this, look at this. What do you see there? Yeah. So power plant frame broke once, got it welded, and then it broke again at the weld. So we're gonna need to address that as well. Grind down all that old weld, put a proper patch on it, weld the patch, it won't break again. And we'll probably just go ahead and reinforce the whole back. Once I actually get it down, it may or may not be broken in other places. For all I know, this thing might be twisted, honestly. It was installed misaligned, it's broken. Who knows how long it's been driving like this. This power plant frame may just be junk, but we won't know until we put everything back together. I'm not gonna mess with it now. Then, when I went to go drain the trans, because this car has a lot of driveline noise, which I mentioned already, but I found out why. I took the drain plug out, and it drained for 2, maybe 3 seconds, and then stopped. So, oh boy, that's pretty cool. Drained the oil out. The oil came out like water, so couldn't tell you what weight oil was being used in here, but for it to come out like that is a little excessive. All this soot right here makes me believe that there's a exhaust leak somewhere. I can't possibly imagine where, because it's an internal gate turbo and there's no flanges or anything down here, so that might be old from something else, who knows. And then this, I mean, the condenser is zip tied like that on both sides. And the funniest part is that the bracket lines up, so a nut and a bolt could have went through there. I don't know. I mean, it's very secure. There's no question about it. That thing ain't going nowhere, but you know, come on, man. But this is just the preliminary. This is as far as I've gotten. I'm draining the coolant out right now, and I'm likely just gonna leave that till tomorrow, because I don't like mopping up coolant. It's slimy, it's gross. I don't like getting it on me, it's slimy, it's gross. So I'm just gonna let it drain super slow, just like that overnight, and when I come in tomorrow, I'll take the drain plug out the side of the block, drain the last of it, and then we'll rip all this out. And we'll see what other secrets of the Hidden Temple happen to be in this thing here. But initial is not looking too good. And also, both the plugs for the diff were extremely tight, and the plug on the side for the trans was extremely tight. The drain plug itself wasn't so much, that was normal, but everything else was extremely tight so far, and it's annoying. I hate dealing with over tight things, especially over tight lugs. Makes me want to quit and go home. I don't have any tolerance for it, no patience. But anyway, so we'll drain all these fluids, we'll get everything out. If I see anything else of note, I'll let you know. Otherwise, the next scene will be engine out. After much grief, the engine's finally ready to come out. I have to say, of all the FDs I've done so far, with the exception of the very first time I ever pulled a motor in life on an FD, this was the longest and most difficult engine pull I've done. The way that this engine bay was set up was so bad. So bad. A lot of back and forth, over, under, take this off to get this from underneath, 14,000 zip ties attaching this to that, brackets that didn't make any sense, just nonsense, absolute nonsense everywhere. But I'm grateful, because it makes the transformation that much more satisfying. Boy, I don't want to do that again. It's so annoying. So annoying. But anyway, all that's done and over with. I'm gonna hook the crane up, pull this thing out, and then we'll work on tearing the engine down and I guess pulling maybe some stuff out of the engine bay or something, I don't know, but it's ready to come out at least. For those who don't know, one of my favorite angles of an FD, right there. Ooh, that's wallpaper material for real. I love this scene right here. Engine hanging on the crane, just like that. It's such a powerful image. But anyway, look, the engine is out. It's hanging there in all of its glory, and all of its hurt glory. Boom. So let's take it out now. Ooh, messy, messy, messy engine bay. What is this? Oh, so this car has an ABS delete, right? But the front ABS sensors are still very much in place, and they even went so far as to heat wrap one of the ABS lines, or one of the ABS sensor wire situations there. And then under this bracket, there's just a bunch of random plugs and stuff, all zip tied together in like a bundle. It's funny. But anyway, this is what we got to work with here. So all of this is going to be gutted. It's all going to be simplified. It's all going to be fixed. It's all going to make sense once it goes back together. That nonsense, the way it was before, you're not going to see that again. It's just going to be a nice, clean, simplified V-mount, RX-8 AC, same EFR, same everything else, just fixed. Boy. All right, next move is to tear this thing down. But that's for another day. So thank you guys for watching Full Detail Automotive. Like, comment, subscribe, Instagram, Facebook, real life, YouTube, obviously, because you're here. But if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below or reach out through any one of our social media platforms and you will be responded to. Also, enjoy criticism. All of it. As much as you got. Go ahead. Do it. Anyway, see you guys in the next one.